check 1 2. Turn that off. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Sessions, TYD Sessions, TYD Conversations, episode 1. Each and every Monday, I'm gonna be in the house. We live on Twitch. We live on Facebook. We live on Mixcloud. Twitch.tv/TYDTV. Mixcloud.com/TYDTV. Facebook, Greg Nice. We on YouTube too. Trust Your Dopeness is a channel on YouTube. So, the way this goes is I'm going to play some music for about an hour just to play because, you know. And then we're going to get into this interview I got with Gloria Downs. The most amazing Gloria Downs, that is. Skater here in Atlanta. Gloria has figured out a way to not just be passionate about something, but to take her passion and create a brand from it. So I had a really cool conversation with her that I want to share with you all. And that's the format of the show. Myself, maybe I have some special guests in here. We'll play some music. And then after that, I'll try to line up a really good conversation with somebody that's trusting their dopeness. So for right now, sit back, relax. I'm still working the kinks out of this thing, but we're going to go. Enjoy the vibes for right now. Like I said, I'm going to play some music for about an hour. And then we're going to get into this conversation with Gloria Downs.
I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the Tula. I put rocks all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving wrong. I do what they say I can't. They call me Cardi, Cardi, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale, hotter than a Somali. Bird, go, Rari, hop up the stoop, jump in the coop. Big dip on top of the roof, flexing them as hard as I can. Eating halal, driving a lamb. So that bitch, I'm sorry though. Got my coins like Mario. Yeah, they call me Cardi B. I run this shit like cardio. I'm a district in the chain. Certified, you know I'm gang, 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 gang. Drop the top and blow the brand. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name?
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna. Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna. Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna. Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 2C Lambo with your girl, she tryna.
Ain't nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. Boss. Ain't nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. Boss. I pay the cost. Ooh, gon' take it all. I record, then I ball. I ignored a lot of calls. You ain't talking about nothing, I ain't got no time. Got that dinero on my mind. Ooh, I got real problems just like you. Tell that fella I don't like you. Ain't nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. Boss. Ain't nothing to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. I boss.
Trust your Dopeness Sessions. Greg Nice in the mix. Sessions and conversations. 1 hour music, 1 hour conversation. 2 hour show. That's the format. Vibe with me right now. Gloria Downs coming up next.
want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby. You know what I need. Want you to see everything. Want you to see all of the lights. Fast cars, shooting stars. All of the lights, all of the lights. Until it's saying exactly where we are. All of the lights. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life.
Something wrong, I hold my head. MJ gone, I nigga dead. I slapped my girl, she called the feds. I did that time and spent that bread.
Headshot. Sit down. Stand up. Pass out. Wake up. Fade it. Fade it.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flash, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels. Some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular. That was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon that I'ma get f***ed up, filling up my cup. I see the crowd mood changing by the minute, and the record on repeat. Took a sip, then another sip. Then somebody said to me, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Hold up. Headshot. Sit down. Stand up. Pass out. Wake up. Fade it. Fade it. Fade it.
Things have been so crazy and hectic. I should have gotten back by now. But you know how much I wanted to make it. It's probably better anyhow.
If you're listening on Twitch, make sure you follow the channel.
If you gotta go,
Twitch.tv/TYDTV.
if there's anything I should know, if the spotlight makes you nervous, if you're looking for a purpose, you put the tea in the kettle and light it. Put your hand on the metal and feel it. But do you even feel it anymore? Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the dues in life today. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know everybody says you got to lose to know how it goes.
Trans, what's up, brother?
Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laugh and sing for the tear. Sing with me, it's just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Dream
Me, I'm super fly, super duper fly, super duper fly. Me, I'm super fly, super duper fly, super duper fly. Me, I'm super fly, super duper fly, super duper fly. Me, I'm super fly.
Ashley, what's up?
Pay me in equity, watch me reverse out of dicks. He got a bad bitch, we live in lavish. I got expensive fabrics, I got expensive habits. He wanna go with me, he likes to roll away. He wanna be with me, he wanna give me that vitamin D. Ice ornaments, ice style tournaments. You ain't on to this, don't think they own to this. But I'm a jet. Shut down Khalid. Khalid the jet. Get off my head, get off my head, get off my head, get off my head, get off my head.
Yeah, snap your fingers, please there. You can do it all by yourself. Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you, let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain, you know me. Convict music, never boy. I know the club goes at 3. What's the chances of you rolling with me? Back to the crib, show you how I live. Let's get drunk and forget what we did. I'ma buy you a drink. I'ma take it home with me. I got money in the bank. I be in the great Cadillac. We in the bed like we in the bed like new money. Just bought a Cadillac. Just bought a Cadillac. Just bought a Cadillac. Rich boy selling it. All them haters wanna check. Tight, no slick. Just bought a Cadillac. Just bought a Cadillac. Just bought a Cadillac. Rich boy selling it. All them haters wanna check. Tight, no slick. Just bought a Cadillac. Took it to the top, got the damn top drop. 2-color flip-flop in the red lollipop. But I still got my cock, new money, mother. Don't you see the big dot? Don't you see the big tie? Don't you see the big frill? Wanna real hate? I want to get away. I wanna fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to get away. I wanna fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 8732, that's the way it go. Kanye and Jizzle say it ain't so. If I had $1 billion, yeah, I spend it all today. Show these how to play. Top floor penthouse, I show 'em where I stay. Grand piano, might learn to play.
Wait till I get my money right. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace. I told God I'll be back in a second. Man, it's so hard not to act reckless.
Trust your Dopeness Sessions and Conversations.
Giving much.
This is episode 1. I'm featuring the lovely Gloria Downs up next.
I feel the pressure.
We're going to play some music for about an hour, then we get into the conversation around 9 o'clock.
More stupidly.
Each and every Monday, this is Space.
More Louis V. My mom.
We live on Twitch. We live on YouTube. We live on Mixcloud. I want to say we on Facebook. It look like it.
Be talking like it's just you and me. I'm just saying how I feel, man. I ain't one of the Cosbys. I ain't go to Hill, man. I guess the money should have changed them. I guess I should have forgot where I came from. Wait till I get my money right. And you can't tell me nothing, right? Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
Play your part. Play your part.
To choose it, lover, never without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch, get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the for $40 in the club. Up the game, she gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling billions off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some wanna choose, but them just too scary. You chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
Time to get down with the team. Baby, you been rolling solo. Time to get down with the team. Baby, you been rolling solo. Time to get down with the team. With the team, down with the team. So get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down with the team down with the team down. Get down, get down, get down, get down. Get down, get down with the team down. Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. You been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. With the team down, with the team. So time to get down with the team. Time to get down with the team. Time to get down with the team.
One time, Ashley.
Still together, we are one.
It's good music, right?
So much time wasted playing games with love. So many tears I've cried, so much pain inside. But baby, it ain't over till it's over. So many years we tried to keep our love alive.
cause you not. This is why I'm hot. I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot. 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 This is why I'm hot.
30 minutes on the clock. Gloria Downs up next.
This is where we at.
Share the page.
This is where
repost it. I appreciate it big time.
This is where we at. This is where we at. Whoa, hi, whoa, hi.
Trust your Dopeness Conversations and Sessions.
Yes, I know now.
Episode 1, we here. I was working on this, I ain't gonna front. Trying to get it right, get the layout right.
Cause you left
Look pretty good, I'm proud of it.
me, baby.
Any other kinks, I'm just gonna have to work out as I'm going through this.
And I've got no place to go now. Silly of me, devoted so much time to find you unfaithful, boy. I nearly lost my mind. Drive past your house every night in an unmarked car. Wondering what she had on me to make you break my heart. Yeah, me feel I'm so gone. So you make me feel. Oh, and I love you, baby.
Glow, what's up? CC, I see you.
Baby, you like ho. Baby, you like ho. Baby, you like ho. Baby, you like ho. Baby, you love ho.
Trust your Dopeness sessions and conversations. We in the mix right now. Play some music for about an hour. 9 o'clock, Gloria Downs up next. Got a real cool interview for it. We got to talk about a few things. Talk for about an hour. If you on Twitch, share the page. Twitch.tv/TYD TV. Mixcloud, we live as well. I'm on my Facebook. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but we here. Vibe with me. Trance. I hear you, man.
Boys don't deserve no kitty. I know that's right.
About 20 more minutes in the set. And we gonna take it to Gloria. Follow the page, man. Doing this each and every Monday. Try to stay consistent.
Then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. I can make the party hot. Make your body rock. Haters can do nothing with me. Chances are they probably not. If I had a stick, you probably lick it like a lollipop. Shorty speaking Japanese, hit him with karate chops. I'm forever popping it, pulling up and dropping it. Gotta argue with him, cause you know he love a toxic chick. Out here playing, gotta make him understand. If ain't no ring on my finger, you ain't going on my gram. Set my face bomb, abs tight, back stack up shack height. Jury on me, flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit him with that good, make you wanna act right. Don't deserve no kitty. I know that's right. Big bag, bustin' out the belly band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back. Know how I give it up. It's big bags, bustin' out the belly band. Take a man, rockin' back, brought it back. Know how I give it up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff.
Hey, Nicole, you like that one?
Every thought is you. The things you do seem so satisfying to me. I must confess it, girl. When I like it, you send chills up my spine every time I take one look at you.
the only rapper still getting money in the drought. I move south in the global, I'm a mogul. 50,000 feet in the air and I'm still on my mobile. Haters like, oh, why you still talking money? Cause I like money. I like black, you like gossip. I let you do you, why you ride my ship?
Jockin' JC, jockin' JC, jockin' JC, jockin' JC, jockin' JC, jockin' JC,
I'm so dope, boy, fresh.
I see you jockin' JC, jockin' JC, jockin' JC, jockin' JC, jockin' JC,
I'm so dope, boy, fresh. That bloke from Oasis said I couldn't play guitar. Somebody should have told him I'm a f***ing rock star. Today is gonna be the day that I'm gonna throw it back to you.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt.
Panther Man.
I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall.
Morales, I see you. What's going on? Welcome to TYD Sessions and Conversations, episode 1. I'm trying to build something here. Let's go. In about 14 minutes, I got Gloria Downs up here. We're going to talk about a couple things. Each one, teach one. Roll a fit. She out here moving. We live on Twitch. We live on Mixcloud. We live on YouTube. I got one person watching on YouTube. Strong. I think Facebook took me down. It happens.
Nice to meet you where you been. I could show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my God, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play. New money, suit and tie. I
Taylor Swift.
feel like a magazine. Ain't it funny? Rumors lie. And I know you heard about me. So hey, let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends. Grab your passport and my hand. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over.
Facebook, I tried.
The high was worth the pain.
I know Morales.
Long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players, and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless, we'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got
sunshine, a little red wine. Then come the 5-0
Trans on YouTube.
station.
How we look on YouTube, Trans?
We just wanna party. We don't mean no harm.
10 minutes, Gloria Downs. If you're on Facebook, tag her. I want to say she here, but I ain't sure.
Just wanna rock all night. Don't wanna hurt nobody. No need to be uptight. It's
If you're watching on Twitch, follow the channel, TYD TV, each and every Monday night. Trust Your Dopeness sessions and conversations. I'll try to have a special guest. I'll try to bring in special guest DJs. Know what I mean?
Do you recall not long ago when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember? All we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, fire gun, we need someone to lean on. Focus, fire gun, all we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, fire gun, we need someone.
I got you, Trans. You already know you got first invite.
Fire gun, all we need is somebody to lean on.
Since you waging war enough.
watching your brother fry. What's the motive? In that madness, oh, I wish I knew. You made my people cry. You made my people cry. So politicians, at this time, I think you better keep your distance. Say it loud. We're too young to do.
About 5 minutes on the clock, we're gonna get into this Gloria Downs interview. I see you. We about to get ready to get into this Gloria Downs interview. Trust your Dopeness sessions and conversations. Yes, indeed. Trust Your Dopeness Conversations and Sessions. We starting this thing off properly. Like I said, format of this show is starts at 8 o'clock on Mondays. I'm going to play some music for about an hour just to get my feels. And then plan on having special guest DJs in the house to do sets and things like that. But at the 9 o'clock hour, my intention is to try to present to you viewers some conversations with people that I've had that are doing things that essentially trust their dopeness and talk about their passion and the things about their passion that makes them happy in pursuit of such. So with that said, I want to bring to you the official second half of episode 1, where I got to sit down with Miss Gloria Downs, an amazing roller skater here in Atlanta. If you're not familiar with underground roller skating culture, then you're about to get a little taste of what that's about. But yeah, I got a chance to sit down and talk with her, and we discussed things about her brands that she was able to create based off her passion of roller skating, and now she's teaching classes all over the country and things like that. So it's a really solid conversation. Check it out, man. Episode 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of Trust Your Dopeness Conversations. And I have the most talented and lovely Gloria Downs in the building with me today.
Hey.
She is the founder of Each One Teach One and just overall amazing skater, period.
Thank
Gloria.
you.
Thank you for doing this with me, man. This is cool.
You're welcome.
This is the inaugural episode, so thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you some stuff, but I don't want to necessarily interview you. I just want to kick it with you.
Okay.
I remember back in the skateboard days of like when I first moved here, really, especially when I first started DJing. So I'm going back like maybe 5-6 years, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Skating in there, doing your thing. And I think hands down, anybody in the culture, skate culture that is, they always would probably look at you as being like one of them ones. Like, I'm trying to get on her level, whatever case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been skating, Gloria?
This year will be 21 years.
Oh my gosh, 21 years. Has it always been the same style? Or
always been the same style, actually, yeah, because when I first started, I seen people partner skating, not necessarily direct New York, but like a rendition of, and I always gravitated towards that. So yeah.
Word, that's crazy. Now you're originally from where?
I have a military background, and my parents are military, so I never really stayed in one place too long at all. When I first started skating, though, it was in Columbia, South Carolina.
Got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How's that? Because there's not really no skate culture there.
None, and I didn't know no better either. So there wasn't any. But like I said, they were doing renditions of different things. So one of the main things was partner skating. So that's what they did. So that's what I kind of gravitated towards them, and they, groomed me from the beginning. But then I immediately started traveling.
Oh, word. So you've been going to parties and stuff for a minute then?
Oh, yeah.
What was the first one?
Like, what was my first party? I think it may have been, my first party could have been Skate-a-thon. Yeah, I believe it was Skate-a-thon. And I was kind of intimidated too, because it was just so much. That was when Skate-a-thon was overwhelming to the point to where the heat was so hot that you just was about to pass out because it was just so much going on. But yeah, I believe Skate-a-thon was my first official party. And I went to Rolling in Carolina when it first started. So
when it first started, yikes, man, it's amazing, man. Like I always enjoy like talking to people that like day one been there since like the beginning of the whole thing. That is crazy, man. What is it like to see it then and then now? Like if you had to describe that from your point of view.
My point of view is kind of like I have mixed emotions, only because I've seen the good and I've seen the bad. I've seen the evolving of the styles so many different times. I always say that skating is a cycle. It goes from one style to the next style to the next style as the main point of interest for the time being. But like, I appreciate the fact of when I first started skating only because that was the highlight of fun. Like, that's what the focus was on. The focus was on everybody just doing their own thing. It wasn't really too many rules involved or politics from my standpoint. Maybe it was because maybe I first started skating. I didn't know no better, but it just seemed like there was a more fun environment versus now. Now it's more, you know, back then we ain't had social media. You ain't have none of that. You ain't had no pictures. You like, there was nothing. So it's either you show up and you show out, or you just, you know, where you are, and that was it. But now it's more or less like everybody got a platform. They can showcase themselves outside of skating, which kind of changes the perspective of skating in a sense, in my opinion, only because I can look at somebody and think that they're one way, but somebody else can look at them and think something totally different. So it's just all according to what you like and your background and where you come from when it comes to skating, I guess.
I got you. You deal with that, like, just as a person, like people's perception of you because of what they may see through social media and stuff like that. Do you think there's like sometimes a barrier of maybe intimidation or something like that when it comes to actually?
Always intimidation. If you're asking personally towards me, it's always that type of image, and sometimes it is very overbearing because I'm not even that type of person. So like, I try to be as down to earth and a common person as much as possible, but everybody else has this facade like, oh my God, she's coming, or oh my God, Gloria's in the circle, or Gloria's on the floor, let me move, let me get out the way. I appreciate the respect, but at the same token, I like to be treated just like everybody else.
Regular.
So, yeah.
I think I agree with you though. I think social media has a lot to do with that. And then because it creates the opportunity for people to fanboy out about different things that ordinarily they wouldn't even know. You know what I mean?
Right.
They look like she's here. And then like you said, well, I can imagine that. Like, you could come into the circle and it's like, everybody clear out, show us something, teach us, guru.
They do. And that's another thing too, like with me teaching now more than I was before, it's like that whole image of everybody just think that I'm a teacher and that's what they want to do. They want to just teach me. And sometimes, you know, I don't mind. I love it. But at the same token, sometimes I just want to be chilling. Sometimes I just want to just come in and just blend in with everybody else and do my own little thing and keep it moving. And sometimes it's hard to do. It's like you have a spotlight on you all the time that you don't even want.
I get it. I can dig it. And you can't get rid of it. How does that, for you, in your experience, because skating always started off as being like your happy place, like this is where you go to kind of release and, you know, therapy and all of these things, how do you navigate it becoming not of your own doing, but just because of people's perception of you? How do you navigate it to still be those things for you?
I think that's the reason why I created Each One Teach One as it was, because I wanted to bring fun back, not necessarily all that other stuff. So like with Each One Teach One, we have our own world where we create our own fun. You know what I'm saying, in a sense? So it's like we enjoy us, we enjoy having fun, we enjoy learning, they enjoy me teaching, or even sometimes they're teaching me. But we have that own element of when I first started skating and Each One Teach One, because they're just now learning how to skate. So they have that same type of energy and that same type of facade of skating that I did when I first started. So I guess that's how it came about that I started teaching, was because I remember when I first started learning, that's when the fun came. When nobody knew who I was, nobody knew my name, nobody knew absolutely anything. So that's what I create now with Each One Teach One, or when I hold classes, is that same sense of going back to the way you first started.
The newness of it all.
Yes.
Yeah. So that like helps you to be, so in a sense, it's kind of like you get to like vicariously live through their newness, and then there's another student, you get to keep doing it all over and over again.
Exactly.
That's dope.
And it's dope because like you see that light bulb go off. That same light bulb that you may have had when you first started learning how to skate, that aha moment. And it's so infectious sometimes because it's like, dang, I know what that feels like. And you want to give it more to people as much as possible because that's what's going to share their interest to keep them coming.
All right. No, makes perfect sense. I get it. I wonder though, like, because you started off in South Carolina where there's no skate culture, even to this day, there's still no real skate culture, right? And then like kind of getting to the point where you are now, but you're in Atlanta where this is the melting pot. Everything is happening here in terms of styles and people want to be here, et cetera, et cetera. Does it kind of make you like, man, I kind of wish I was back in South Carolina because it would be non-existent.
No, only because I like the different styles. Like I like the whole this style doing this and this style doing that and how it looks when they're all in their element together. I love that part of skating. But the one thing that I can definitely say is the authenticity of that style. To me, I feel like because I've been around so long and I've seen things change from then to now, 20 years later, you still want to keep that authenticity, even though those styles are going to different cities and different areas. Like, I can't stress more than enough. Anybody that wants to learn a particular style, definitely go to where it came from because that sometimes kind of gets lost, especially in a city like Atlanta.
Yeah.
You got everybody doing every single entity of every little thing, and they do what they see or what they see on social media. But sometimes what you may see in front of you or what you see on social media isn't what it is.
Right.
So you have to actually do that research and history for yourself to say, hey, I want to learn how to fast backwards. Let me go up to Philly and see really how they do
it. Yeah. It's changed so much, like, because I can attest to what you're saying. I remember before YouTube, like the way I learned fast backwards and what I'm accustomed to seeing, like when I was coming up, that's not what they do now. You know what I mean? And it makes you like, as you go to parties and stuff like that, and you see it, it's like, no, come on, Greg. No, I'm cool. Like, because it's like, I don't really, you know what I mean? And I remember Prince, we would go to a couple parties, and Prince was like, people be doing fast backwards. He'd be like, nah, man, I gotta go to work on Monday. Y'all gonna kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you really feel. And I remember this guy, shout out to Tyrone, and they started to going Philly on wave that was on YouTube, and they would do fast backwards. And every time they get to the turn of the rink, they would kind of cut the rink off and start coming into the middle. And then once they get back on the straightaway, then they get back to the wall. The way we learned was you ride the wall all the way around.
All the way around.
You never lose speed. So when I would start, everybody was starting to watch these YouTube videos, and they was adopting that particular way of doing it. And then I would be in the line, and I'm going fast backwards. I'm like in the middle of the line, and we coming up on the turn, and everybody's moving. And I'm like this. I'm all the way on the wall. Like, get over it. So I understand like what you're saying in that sense. Do you think being a purist in that way, does it help you or hurt you as an overall?
A little bit of both, because you'll have certain people that will respect what you're saying and will understand that you're coming from a place to make them better. But then you also got a whole wave of people that don't know who you are, because you always got these new flood of skaters that come through, so they don't know who you are. They have no idea. And then when you try to help them or you try to tell them something, they don't want to hear it because you're hating on them. Yeah. So it's like a gift and a curse at the same time. Like, you try to help, but you can't. Then sometimes, so it's like a gain and a loss. You just never know. Some people will take what you got to say to heart. Some people don't. Yeah. And you just got to take it for what it is. As long as you're coming from a good place and you know what you mean when you say it, and hey, hopefully they take it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's I want to kind of like touch on this a little bit with you, because I feel like even in skate, I feel like this is true probably in every talent or passion that somebody has. Like
Mhm.
there's like the way to do it, and then there's like a wrong way to do it, and then there's like this fine line of like nuance or whatever. Like
Mhm.
even in DJ culture, like you get guys all the time that be like, oh, because we have this thing called the sync button. And the
Mhm.
sync button allows you to you can synchronize the music on deck A and on deck B. You don't gotta mix anything. It just does it, right?
Mhm.
And you'll hear guys be like, oh, well, any DJ that uses the sync button is not a real DJ.
Mhm.
The truth is, um, if I'm playing a party and I decide to use the sync button, to everybody on the dance floor, they have no idea that that's what I'm doing. Long as what's
Right.
coming out the speaker sounds good, they could care less. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's where it's like a purist conversation, right? But the
Mhm.
nuance is in the ability to be able to put together good songs and give people a good night, right?
Right.
So in skating, like when you look at certain people and you might look at like foot placement or something like that when they do certain moves, do you look at it the same way? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's a curse. Oh my God.
Right.
And you know, the funny thing is I don't even be trying half the time,
Mhm.
but it stands out so much for me that like it's just second nature. I can look at someone and be like, "Ugh, they could have really cleaned that up and they could have really did it this way because it would have been more effective or would have had more power from this part of your skates."
Mhm.
And then I could look at somebody else and be like, okay,
Right.
that's it. They're
Right.
not cheating the move. They're actually doing it. Because there is some people do, especially this new era,
Mhm.
they cheated.
Mhm.
And it's like you can't cheat the technique.
Right.
It is what it is. It
Right.
was created that way for a reason. And if you want the effect that you're trying to go for, this is what you actually have to do to get there.
Right.
You
Right.
can't cut it out.
I agree.
And it's not about being flashy. It's just, take your time, chill, actually learn it for what it is. It'll make you better in the long run. And some people just want to be better now.
Yeah. I think that's just the society we're in. Is like instant gratification, right? You want it right now. Like I want to be able to put skates on and be like Gloria tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
That's the plan, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, you've been doing this for 20 plus years. When did you realize that you actually had like you could legitimately call it a passion for
Oh, I knew that from the beginning because I was at the rink every day.
it?
I knew like this is what it felt right for me. This is what I wanted to do. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't club, I didn't do none of that kind of stuff. So I knew that when I can put together music and skating because I can dance,
Mm-hmm.
it was perfect combination.
Gotcha.
I just knew it felt right. And not only that, it was confirmed for me when I took my first trip to New York.
Okay.
That's when I knew.
Okay.
I was like, yep,
Yeah.
this is it. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to skate. I saw exactly, shout out to Katina from New York, that I knew when I saw her that that's what I wanted to do.
Right. Right. Is it always hit different for you because that's the style of skating that you do? Every time you go up there, you always like find another zone or like another
Yep.
layer. Every time. Really?
Every single time.
Nice.
Every single time.
Is it
It
because
never
of the
goes away.
energy or like what would you call it?
It's like it's more than that though. It's not just the house music. It's not just skating. It's when because I do more than just skate with them. Like I talk to them, I be around them.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the same wavelength. So I know that's where I belong. And I know it just sets home for me. Even though Atlanta living is home,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as the mentality of people and conversations and stuff like that, common ground up north is that's me all day.
I can dig it, man. I totally can dig it. I got I've had the opportunity to play with a bunch of different DJs at different points, right? And it's contributed major to the evolution of my style as a DJ. Like I started off in skating, right? But like now I can understand what you mean because it's certain DJs, it's like a handful of DJs that like when I get around them, it's the conversation is different because it speaks more to like the type of style that I ultimately am trying to adopt for myself. You know what I mean? It's different. You know what I mean? Like had stints where I was like, yo, I don't never want to play in the skating rink no more, just because it feels so handcuffing. You know what I mean? Which I can imagine how, like, from the skating standpoint, like, if you could be here, and even though you have these moments where you get to kind of get into your bag and do your thing a little bit, up there is just probably it's a whole different type of freedom. Or a whole, yeah.
There's no microscope.
Right.
Even though and that's another thing too, is like I can walk in that rink up there and there's no, oh my God, it's go. No, it's nothing like that. It's home. It's like, hey, we're finna skate. We're finna get it in. And we're gonna have a good time while we do it.
Right.
It's not the same.
Right. It's respect. I got you. How long did you skate with Bill Butler?
It wasn't that long, only because I went to, the first time I met him was at a workshop in Florida.
Okay.
It was years ago. Me and my skate partner at the time, Ashley, we went to his workshop. And at the workshop, we were learning a couple of different things, and he was talking to me. He's the one that gave me my first laces, believe it or not.
Right.
And then when I moved to Atlanta, I went to a couple of classes, but then I stopped going because I lived on one side of town. He taught on the other side of town. And, you know, Atlanta could be very spread out. And I couldn't do it. I just didn't have the time at that time. It just wasn't the good time for me to learn from him. I would have loved to, but I just didn't have it like that to be doing it. So I didn't skate with him very long. I will probably say I took about maybe 2-3 classes, but anytime when I saw him at the rink, I was right there on his heels.
Wow.
Anytime.
Wow.
Always.
Okay.
Whatever he had to give me, I took it.
Got you. Is that how you picked up on the bulk of, like, your skill set? Like, how'd you get your skill set to be so broad? If nobody, like, because you never formally had somebody just teach you like the way you're teaching, right? So,
no.
Like, most of your stuff came from just being in the rink, just picking up on things.
Yep. I was always around people, constantly around people that would elevate me. I understood if I wanted to skate a certain type of way and a certain type of caliber, I had to be around certain different people. And all of those people put together formed me. Like, I had Tall J that will work with me day and night on turns, left and right, left and right, left and right, my balance, my time, and all that kind of stuff. And even though I may have been dizzy, but it gets me to the point to where I'm very precise in what I'm doing. Okay. Then I had Jit from Virginia. He groomed me. Like, we used to take trips up north, pick him up, and then go straight up north and go to trips. And he would work with me on partner skating. I also skated with Brian for years, which was, you know, he came from Bill Butler. So it kind of like everybody played a part with me. And that's why I tell people all the time, I'm kind of the exception to the rule, because everybody groomed me, not just one person. So I took the best from every single body and put it together in myself. And that's what created me who I am.
That's amazing. Like, so as a teacher now, how do you groom your students? And this is no knock to nobody. Like, this is how it kind of goes when you are a student looking at a teacher or something like that. We tend to emulate, right? So we emulate, and then unfortunately, what can happen sometimes is the student emulates to the point of they never actually find their own identity. They just become like
it's a trend.
It's like what's it called? It made me think about the movie Gremlins, when you pour water on the one and like a bunch of them pop off. It's like that.
Yeah.
Right? So like everybody becomes like it's like Gloria 1A, Gloria 1B. Like, it becomes that. How do you, because you come from such a smorgasbord of teachers and you figured out how to put your own sauce on it and become Gloria, right? How do you help your students to find their own identity within what you're teaching?
I stress that all the time. That's my main thing. Like, I will show them something, but at the same token, I'll make them do it on their own. And I want to see you. And I'll tell them, like, I guess because I have so many different people that have taught me, I can be able to change things up at a drop of a dime and
Okay.
show somebody something to the point to where they understand it, but also understand that I want you to look like you. I don't want you to look like me.
Right.
Like even my daughter,
Yeah.
I taught her from ground up. She may look like me in the face,
Yeah.
but she has her own style, which I love.
Yeah.
I always pushed her to be her,
Right.
not me. I don't want you to be me.
Right.
So I say that kind of stuff all the time. And I tell them who to look at or what kind of example for their body type and how they may move or how their foot patterns may be. I always do things according to the individual, not necessarily for everybody. I don't put everybody on the same playing field, and I try to individualize things as much as possible, even in a class setting.
Mm-hmm.
I try to individualize so they can understand that it's about them as an individual, not about just skating.
Yeah.
Because as I always say, skating is a prime example or image of who they are as a person.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's very true. Very true. I gotta tip my hat to you for that, because like even looking at your students, especially your daughter, like that's close quarters, like that's right there. And I can honestly say, like even looking at you and her skate together, or just looking at her skate by herself, I don't look at her and see you. I look at her and see her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like certain moves, certain mannerisms. She got her own mannerisms. She has her own everything, and that's incredible because, like I said, we start off emulating the teacher, and then we go from there. Same thing. Soul taught me. Soul took me under his wing basically with the DJ thing, and I started off emulating him, and then I started to find my own space within it. You know, so I really gotta tip my hat off to you because that's evident in like all your students. I've never ran around here and was like this little Gloria. Never happened. Even Lola, like never happened. You know what I mean?
No,
Never happened.
it won't. It won't ever happen because I take that off. Like I break the chain. Whenever you get to a certain level, I let you do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like unless you come and ask me something, then yeah, we'll work. But other than that, when you get to a certain degree where I feel like you can hold your own, that hand is gone. I've done what I needed to do, and you find it on your own and you elevate yourself.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's dope, man. That's dope. I was gonna ask you, and you used a great segue. How in skating over the years of your life and doing it and things like that, and because it's something you're passionate about, what things has it taught you as far as developing certain elements about you as a person?
Mm. Whew. It's helped me a lot. It's helped me to deal with people because I'm the type of person to where I can cut people off very easily. I don't have to be instantly connected to anyone. I don't have to be friends with anybody. I can be a loner by myself.
Okay.
So it's helped me to develop a sense of opening myself up, letting people know more about my personal life, also dealing with different people as far as what they do, because I'm not the best person when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm quick at the mouth to be able to tell somebody straight up to say, hey, that was wrong. Why you do that?
Right.
But sometimes I've learned with dealing with people in the skate world is that you got to let people be who they are. If they're, if they do things with bad intentions, that's on them. It ain't on me. I don't have to prove myself to nobody. Like, let people do what they do and allow for them to be who they are.
Right.
And that's one of the main things that like I had to work on for myself and not let everything affect me. Because me going into the skate world, I was releasing how I felt or my frustration or life issues on the floor. But other people, they do it a different type of way. Some people are not the best skaters. So what they do is they'll release their frustration and drama and nonsense. So when you're a skater though, you're dealing with your own frustration of leaving it on the floor, whereas you're also dealing with people too that look at you and watching what you're doing and dealing with their drama or whatever they bring into the skate world too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a double dose. So you have to learn how to like block all of that out and remain focused on what you came to do. And that's definitely something that I've had to learn as far as patience and learning how to just focus on me and what I need to do and not everybody else.
That was really beautifully said. I never thought about it in that perspective because I know we all come to the skating rink for different reasons. And I know it serves as a release for everybody in a different way. But like you just said, and I never thought about that. Some people come in there and they're not the best skater. So their way of getting stuff off their back, it comes out in the form of drama and other dumb stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You could kind of get caught up in that. And you like, yo, this is supposed to be my happy place or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody can really blow your night or really put more on you than what you came for just because of their own stuff. You know, and people don't really think about it, but that can be, for certain people, it can be really hard to deal with because everybody can't deal with those types of situations the same.
Right.
Everybody's not the strongest person.
Right. And then you don't see that person come to the rink no more or something like that. It's like, dang,
Exactly.
what happened? Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
that's very true. Very true. Very true. How do you are those sort of lessons and stuff like that? Are those things that you kind of express to your students as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. We deal with a lot of stuff. Like, it was kind of tough. I'm not even gonna lie. When Each One Teach One was first created, it was kind of rough because some people in the skate world didn't want to accept them. Some people do. You know, they love our energy, but when it comes to when you're getting close to other people's styles, it becomes a battle and a competition instead of just fun or just skating.
Right.
Like, it's not that serious. Each One Teach One was created not just for a skate group. It was created so people can have a place to go to learn how to skate. That's it. It's bridging the gap. A lot of people that I saw, a lot of younger people didn't know where to go.
Right.
They didn't know who to ask, or either they were too intimidated to ask the better skaters.
Right.
So that's why Each One Teach One was created, so we can take that away and just say, hey, here's free lessons. Just come.
Just come. Yeah. That's dope. Very dope. I've been trying to muster up the courage to come. There was something about doing a pivot that just had me like, nah. Something about it just kind of messes me up every time. How do you feel now? Like, you look at yourself 20 years later and now you're conducting your own workshops, not just at home, but like you're going to other states and all this sort of thing. Like, how does that impact you personally?
It's absolutely crazy. I would have never, you know, people said this kind of stuff to me a long time ago because I've either taught them something or we've had a certain type of conversation, whatever. But I never thought in a million years that I would have did Each One Teach One. I never thought in a million years that I would have created Roller Fit or do workshops everywhere or be even in high demand at all. Because it's funny that, like, at a certain point, I felt like nobody knew who I was. Like, nobody, which was good in a sense, but at the same token, I'm like, dang, like, I've been skating for a long time. Like, it kind of makes you second guess yourself.
Right.
And you get this thing inside you to be like, wait a minute, I'm still here.
Right.
I'm still relevant.
Yo.
I'm not finished yet.
Right.
So I wanted to create something to where, like, it can continue regardless if I'm here or not. And also establish something in the skate world. Like, I have more plans that I really want to do now because I'm more focused on trying to, like, organize certain things in the skate world now. Only because I've been around so long that I can see that some things need to be tweaked here or there, so we can be recognized as an actual skate culture.
Right.
But yeah, it just yeah, I had to definitely, like, put myself back out there to say, hi, I'm still here. I can still skate after all this time, and I can teach.
Right.
And my students can teach too.
How about that? We were talking about it a little bit offline, but like, it took you a minute to get to this point, right? For some people, it would seem like the natural progression or the natural maturation of it all. I feel like, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like for some time, maybe you kind of, like, I don't want to say fought against it, but maybe fought against it. Yeah? Wow.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because I didn't want to deal with, like I said, I'm not that type of personal person.
Okay.
I didn't want to deal with people on a one-on-one basis. I didn't want to be that close. I've had so many different experiences with people that have come close to me and like have treated me a certain type of way or did something to me to hurt me. Maybe people don't see it on the outside because I'm a very good person as far as showing how strong I am, but behind closed doors, it will hurt me and it will affect me. So I'm very funny about certain people being that close to me. And I felt like if I teach, I'm opening myself up for that. And I didn't really want to be on that level with everybody at that time.
Right.
But when I started thinking more and more about it, I'm like, that doesn't make sense, Glow. Like, people taught you. You know what I'm saying? They had to open themselves up to you. So allow people to be who they are. If they treat you a certain type of way, leave it at that. It doesn't necessarily mean it has anything to do with you.
Right.
That's just them.
Right.
So people open up to teach you. So you teach them because you have the ability to do so.
Right.
So that's what you do.
Right. And those things, that's great because not everything, like everything happens in time, right? When it's time to happen or when it's time for it, then it'll come together. You know what I mean? Oftentimes, if we try to do something before it's time, we kind of mess it up or it fall apart or whatever.
Yeah. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't, only because that gave me that time that I needed with Lola. Like all that time I spent with her, the way she is now, oh my God.
Crazy.
She is a beast.
Yeah. Crazy. I saw that like whole thing happen. You know? So that was like my thing. Like, oh, this is crazy. Like I watched that whole thing from start to finish. And me and her, like, we'll have conversations every once in a while. We're kind of like reminisce that, you know what I mean? And we have this whole like kindred spirit thing anyway, because when she started was the same time I started DJing. And I didn't know her from nothing. I just knew she always skated with you. So in my mind, perception was like she already was a beast in my mind. You know what I mean? And I'm coming to Skate Town. I'm trying to play this music. And Lola would not like, I'm like, dang, man. I used to come to Skate Town really on some, like, I'm going to make her sweat tonight. Like, that was my goal as a DJ. Like, I felt like I was doing it at that point because I grouped her with people like you. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm going to make her kill. But then I started to realize, like, oh, she's new. You know no clue. Just learning. I had no clue of this. You know what I mean? So her trajectory of getting better, you know what I mean, and my coming into DJing, stuff like that, like we kind of parallel in the same way in that regard. So
that's dope.
Yeah, I watched that happen. That was incredible. And it's super cool to see it now, like to see it kind of blossom into you having more students, your daughter for sure, but you even having the more of students and things like that. And then I'm scrolling, I see videos and stuff like that. I'm like, man, Gloria's like really out here. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Because I don't listen, like this whole social media wave thing, like I have mixed feelings and mixed emotions about that. So if I can give people something to where they can actually skate for real, I give it to them.
Right. That's cool, man. And all of those things have that naturally is reinforced your passion for the culture, right? Nice.
Yeah, most definitely. Because now I'm learning how to JB. So we're going to work on that.
Right. I was going to ask you that. Have you ever had a desire to try to learn other styles?
Yeah, I can do other styles. I just don't really focus too much on them, only because I'm a big person as far as like where it came from. That's how I feel. If I don't do it exactly how it's supposed to look, it makes me feel some type of way. Because I'm like, no, that's not how they would have did it.
Yeah, I could dig that. You so like now, because you are doing teaching and then you know you're getting into workshops and now you're even getting into throwing parties and things of that nature and stuff like that. How has your experience been in transitioning more into the building a brand part of it?
It's hard. Sometimes you find yourself by yourself. Most of the time. Everybody doesn't see the same vision as you. Everybody doesn't see the same outcome. You have to be okay with the fact of your brand being you. And sometimes it's kind of hard to deal with. I can deal with it. I would say probably 80% of the time I'm gung-ho good with that. But then there's that 20% of the time I'll be like, dang, like, can't nobody help me with this? Can't nobody do this?
Right.
And it's like, it's a struggle, but then you still hear that thing like, don't stop, because you never know where it's gonna go.
That's a fact.
You never know who sees you.
That's a fact.
You have no idea.
That's a fact. That is man, I've been Trust Your Dopeness. Been doing that for about 5 years, 6 years now. And it's the same. And you run into these situations where you'll get a person or people that's like, yeah, man, like I'm gang, like let's make it happen, right? You start to see like there's this revolving door of people who come in and out of this space with you, right? And you're like,
Yep.
Yeah. But it goes back to what you said. At the end of the day, it's you. This is your thing. It's your vision. It's your situation. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And no matter how you carve out aspects of it to create seats at the table for other people, it's up to them to sit there. You can't.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All you could do is just like, they go to chair, and if they sit in it, cool. If not, then that's cool too, and you have to be cool with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to be okay with it, regardless if it's somebody close to you or not, too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the closest people will let you down too. So you got to be okay with that. Like the one benefit factor for me is that my daughter and Moot, they help me with everything. Like if I need something, they are there because they know, they understand. But everybody else may not have that same type of sense or mentality. So you have to really be okay with that. And luckily, I am the type of person to not connect so hard. So it's okay. I can be that person to be like, oh, okay, whatever. You said you was gonna do that, but you didn't. Okay, cool. I'll do it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, yo, you have to, because that's the only way. Like, unfortunately, for an undisclosed amount of time, the only way it moves is if you move it. It's not gonna move unless you move it. Other than that, you pretty much screwed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Same thing here. Like I figured out how to do a whole slew of stuff. I'm like a whole marketing agency of myself now because
yes, it is work. Like
it
is work. People don't really, they see the finished product and they be like, oh, that's dope. But all the work that it came into to actually do that, like it is. I don't even see how I find all the hours and the minutes of the day. Sometimes it's crazy.
Right. But it's your passion, right? When you're passionate about it, it comes together. If that alone will help you figure it out, you know what I mean? Now people say hard work always beat talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Right.
So like your talent can very much be glow on skates. This is the talent, right? But the hard work might be the things that you're experiencing now in terms of building the brand. You know what I mean? Which, truth be told, you don't necessarily have to be talented at that. It's just having the work ethic. If you got the work ethic, you'll be cool. Because even in the statement, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard work don't need talent. It's good on its own. You know what I mean? But talent actually needs hard work in order to flourish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You start to realize those things, and it's just like, all right, well, this is where I'm at, and this is what it is. And your first mind is to be like, yo, I need to put a team together. Oh, no.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no.
You really don't.
Yeah, learn your thing. Figure your thing out. Yeah.
Not only that, you should know how to do all the hats anyway, because if somebody can't do it or they don't hold up their end of the bargain, you can always step in to say, okay, cool. Right. That's all right.
I got it. Yeah. And more times than not, like, we think to ourselves that you need a team, but you don't even know. Like, even if you had a team of 10 soldiers right now, and I was like, what's up? There's actually a science to learning how to delegate, and you don't even know how to do that. So you sitting there saying, I need a team. You wouldn't even know what to tell them to do if you had them. So you got to figure out all of the things first and how to, then you can figure out how to delegate and all of that type of thing too. So it's an interesting space, man. For real.
It is. It is. It is. There's so many different intricate parts when it comes to doing stuff on that type of level that, you know, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
So you are on your, I want to say, third or fourth silent skate now? Yeah.
I'm on the fourth one. The fourth one is up and coming May. Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So as much as you possibly can, how did that come together? You want to share that?
Okay. So
Because it's not in Atlanta, so that's the thing.
no.
All right.
So the thing was, we did, a couple of them here, and they were pretty good. We have very good numbers. Even with just, I try to use local DJs that really don't get enough playtime. That's
Right.
how I feel.
Okay.
And I try to showcase them, so give them their own channel and make people listen to them.
Right.
And those work really well. So then we started thinking. One of the DJs from the other parties hit me up and was like, Glow. And that's how a lot of stuff happens. People just call me and they'll call me with these ideas, and they be like, Glow, this is the idea I got, make it happen. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
I'll work on that.
Right. Yeah, I'll put it together.
But right. So one of the DJs had called me and was like, Glow, you should do a silent skate in Charlotte. And I was like, well, I could do one in Charlotte. And then I started thinking, I was like, well, they've never had one. So what perfect opportunity than us to present it to them? So then from there, I started thinking about it, and I had to think about how to put it together. I knew I definitely wanted to use Soul because he is the DJ that was there. So I just ended up emailing the owner and did a proposal.
Right.
I said, hey, here's my idea. This is what I wanted to do. Don't know if you know who I am. Here's my Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And this is, what we want to do. Give me some dates. If you're interested, hit me up. And he actually did. I was shocked. Like, he hit me up
Really,
and he
right?
said, yeah.
Yeah. Really great guy.
Yeah. He's a cool guy. And then he hit me up and we went over some stuff, and he was like, okay, May, we can do this in May. And supposed to be doing a workshop earlier that day, and also their silent skate. So that'll work.
What do you appreciate most about silent skates? Because you've done a couple of them.
I appreciate I can see in a silent skate where that same sense of going back to fun. People with headphones on, even though people don't like that kind of stuff sometimes, but I do, because it puts the focus back on what you came to the rink for. You came to the rink to skate. You have the music in your ear with those headphones. So I see people actually focus more in silent skates than I do in regular sessions.
Yeah.
Or regular parties.
Yeah.
They're focused. There's I've never seen a silent skate where there's any battle or competitions. Nothing like that. Like, it's just, I can hear the last silent skate. I didn't have no headphones, so I didn't even know what music was playing. I can hear people literally singing on the floor in sync.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, because I just feel like the whole sense of what skating is meant for is there in a silent skate.
Silent skate, yeah. No, I agree with that. I remember when we did it for Skate-a-thon, and it was funny because, we do the slow walk thing, and we were slow walking, and Donut, I just wanted to hear this because in my mind, I'm like, yo, everybody has headphones on. So it's no music being played if you don't have headphones on, right?
Yep.
So I took the headphone, I remember putting it around my neck, and we were slow walking. And I'm listening to Donut, he calling out all of the calls. And I'm like, this nigga sound crazy right now, because he's loud, right? Right? He's loud. And it's like, but everybody else, they're in their own world because they listening to what they listening to. But like, he in there, rags up, other way. I'm like, bro, like, yeah. So I feel you, because it creates that space that much more for people to just be in their zone, like be in your own zone and get into your own bag. That's super. That's dope. That's dope. Because everybody, not to say you were, but everybody, they get involved into these things for a certain notoriety nowadays. I'm doing silent skate just because it's buzzing or something like that. But like, it's really cool to hear you say that, because it's like it's personal to you.
It is. It's personal. And to be honest with you, any event that I ever do is going to be that way. It will be. It's a reason. I'm a skater at the end of the day. So I'm not gonna do events just because of money. There's been events that I've thrown where I didn't make nothing, or I teach for free. Like I'm not in it for money, because money to me, if it's meant to come, it'll come. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I come to the rink anyway. So I don't ride the wave of nobody.
That's
I don't
evident.
care what other people doing.
That's evident. Sure. Sure. How does it feel to have like a such a good working relationship with like All Americans, especially because that's like close to home and everything like that?
It's actually, that relationship is kind of crazy too, because there were different owners at one point. I was still doing events there then.
Right.
We got new owners now. I'm doing events with them now. They work really well with me. It's just, I love it. I love the fact that like they don't give me no slack for nothing. They support me 100%. If I say I can do something, I do it. And they understand that, I'm about my business. So at the end of the day, it's about them making money as well as me building something.
Nice.
So that's the relationship we have, and it just works hand in hand. No issues.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I thought about this. No, I'm not going to ask you because I feel like it's an obvious question that people would ask. In terms of like, oh, who your favorite? Like, I don't want to do all of that. But I will ask you this. In terms of overall enjoyment, what's your ideal session?
Overall enjoyment, ideal session. I'll put it this way. My favorite session that I will never ever forget, and it's a regular night, is Thursdays at Skate Town. I will never ever forget those nights.
Wow.
It was the era when me, Brian, Joe B, Jessica, we used to work from the time we came in the door until the time we left, and didn't even realize it at all. We had so much fun. Those are my ideal sessions. And then it's not even just about the people that I mentioned. It's just about the energy of the session.
Right.
I can have fun with everybody, but also be in my own zone.
Right.
Those are the sessions I love. And that's ideal.
Right.
There's nothing.
I feel you. I feel you on that. And it's funny how just humans we work, our brains work, because I remember those. I feel like I remember those, right? Those. I feel like I was there to see a lot of those, and that was around the same time when I would look at, because like Brian was DJing, and I would look at, man, like I remember asking Brian one time, like, "Yo, can I get on?" Like I ain't know, but I was like, "Yo, can I get on?" But like I remember that, and our brain tends to think in the way of like, I'm trying to go back to that, so it's like, nah, yo, we need the same skate floor. The booth got to be over here. And this, like, you try to recreate every element of it because you want what's considered that old thing back, or whatever the case may be. And this kind of leads me to my the next thing I wanted to ask you. Having had those moments, like those Thursdays, and then some of those people, like we don't see Jess too much anymore. Joe B moved on. Brian's still here. And how do you maintain your excitement and passion through the lows and the highs of the just transitioning through time?
When I have lows, I start traveling. It's time for me to go because I can feel it. If I have lows to where I feel like I have to end up skating alone or creating that energy or recreating that energy, I start traveling so I can change my environment. Gotcha. Because maybe I'm getting a little stale where I am. I might need to revamp. So I start traveling to other cities and enjoying what they do in their city. And that's one of the main things that like me and Mook definitely do now is like, we do pop-ups. That's what we call them. Yeah. We do pop-up sessions. So we may get on a flight and just go to Houston. We may get on a flight, go to Dallas. We may just pop up and go anywhere.
Right.
So we do that so we can be in the element of other people in their sessions.
Gotcha.
So I don't have to be in the same element or energy of where I am.
I got you.
Because sometimes my lows may be, I just miss them, or I miss those times, or, you know, but if I go somewhere new that I'm not really familiar with, it'll open my eyes to a totally different energy.
Okay.
So I'll just go there and enjoy the session with them.
That's smart. That's smart. That's actually, dang, I need to try that. I need to try that. Yeah, I ain't skated in like, I don't even remember. I lost my skates. Like
What?
I did. I just recently found them. I found them like 2 months ago. They were in there. There she go. What's up, Mook?
Look, Greg, tell her you said I was okay to come
I
in.
did.
Yeah. I texted him because
I
you
did.
act like he was hating.
She's a hater.
You wanted clearance.
She's such a hater.
He asked for clearance. I had the green light. I'm like,
God,
yeah.
what up, Greg?
What's up?
Good, man.
Yeah, I need to try that though. My skate-a-thon, I guess 2019, because it wasn't 120. Yeah, 2019, which I didn't even skate that year. But my I didn't realize this. But you know how you get the luggage with the suitcase and then you unzip it and then the smaller bag is in there too? All right, so I came back from skate-a-thon and my skates was in the smaller bag. But I put everything away and put that in the bigger bag. And I'm like, I don't even know where my skates at, yo. I'm done. Like the game's over. You know what I mean? And then one day I was just looking for them joints. Like, yeah, I can't believe this. And then I went through that suitcase and I found them. I was like, dang. So and I ain't skated so long. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's been easily. I'm pushing 2 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, easily. Yeah. I'm cool with it though. I'm cool with it though. Yeah. I want to go back, but you know, it is what it is. Man, Gloria, this is like really cool. It's personally my time of being here in Atlanta. I've seen a window of your maturation. I pay attention, so it's not just I haven't just seen the window to your maturation in terms of what you're doing in each one teach one and all those things, but I can honestly say like I've seen a window of your maturation as a person. You know what I mean? Which is that's been a pleasure to be able to sit and watch and enjoy.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And keep going, man. Keep going.
It's coming, y'all. I got some stuff coming. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. It's definitely coming. I've been working. Like it's gonna be a very beautiful thing. I got each one teach one is getting ready to be franchised.
Nice. How about that? Beautiful.
Yeah. So we're gonna start shaking up the skate world just a little bit.
That's good. That's good. If I had to give you any piece of advice, which at this point I don't even think it's advice because you seem to be dialed in on it. Always just keep close hold on your why you're doing it. You know what I mean? There's so many things that can kind of like come at you and it can change your mind or it can make you distract you by, oh, let me go see what this about, or you know what I mean? And then as you get more notoriety within the space, it makes you like, let me, you know what I mean? And you want to kind of leverage that sometimes to do different things. But if you keep a tight grip on your why, and that's always like in front of you, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? And everything will come together when it's time, and you'll have these sort of natural progressions that take you wherever you're trying to go. And I can see, like, that's what I feel like I've been seeing with you in this space up to this point or whatever. That's what makes it a pleasure, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my why. Yeah. Never.
Always remember your why. It's
never.
Yeah. It's nuts. It's nuts, man. You'll have more than one reason to be like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? Same thing. Like I was playing in the doing skate sessions and stuff like that. And as I continue to expand and grow in my musicality and all of these good things, I got to a point where I was like, I don't really want to do the rink no more. It's like, why not? Because the rink no longer lines up with my why. It's not a knock to it. It just doesn't line up with my why. You know what I mean? And that's not to say it won't come back or there's an opportunity. I started there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but it's just at this particular time, as I'm going through whatever I'm going through, it doesn't line up. And the biggest thing is being able to identify it and then act on it. You know what I mean? You can identify it all day long and just be like, oh, well, it is what it is because it's what you do. But being able to identify and then being able to act on it, that's the biggest thing.
Right.
So
yeah, actions is definitely the biggest.
yeah,
Actions.
yeah. So I super
Mhm.
salute you. I think this was dope. Mook, I see you. And then from this point forward, man, anything I can do to potentially be a resource to you, you know how to get in touch with me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I look forward to sharing this with the world.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Yay! Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. And we will be in touch, okay?
All right.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.